This is the New Zealand dollar on the 60-minute time frame. This is a head and shoulders just got involved with, and I'm going to talk through why I've got involved with this. And we do have a higher time frame wedge pattern as well, so it's important here that we do the higher time frame analysis. Out here on the dailies, you should be able to see that the market is ranging or is in a channel, whichever way you want to say it. You can clearly see here we've been wedging. We're going to take a look at the 240. I'm actually just going to redraw this out on the 240. Looking like around about this, and along the bottom you can clearly see we've been adhering to that trend line there. If you draw it from this one, it doesn't really adhere to anything. So we have 4 touches along the top, and 1, 2, 3, 4 potential 5th along the bottom. Now what we're looking for is either a double bottom or a head and shoulders. That would be a reversal pattern or a rotation pattern, and it would be an indication that the market could turn at this point and go higher for another retest. So if we go down to the 60, we have a very nice head and shoulders right here. So head and shoulders is we're looking for a directional move first of all. So here it is. We're then looking for a small amount of relief. Then we're looking for a final push lower. We have done that. We have made a new structure low. We must come into our structure level, and if I just zoom out, there we go. You can see that we have now come into our trend line structure, and then we need an entry reason. So I either need an initial structure high here, which is what we have. This level here has violated the previous outside return. That means that we should be looking for a potential rotation. The other way would be in the form of a double bottom down here, but we've got the initial structure high. So what we now need is an entry signal. So this can be a couple of things. We can either, let me just fatten this up a bit. We can either look for a higher high, higher close candle within the outside return, pretty much anywhere within this level, or we can look for another entry reason. And what we have right here is a cipher pattern looking like this. And hopefully what should happen is, because we're using this as the entry, we should see the market turn and start to make higher highs and higher closes, and therefore give us an entry reason. But what I've done is I've ensured that my stop is behind the usual place for this pattern, because this is a very large trade in terms of the potential reward. I don't want to be stopped out by playing conventional targets here. So with this being a head and shoulders, and we have the initial structure high like this, and then we've seen a pullback, the safest place is for my stop to be under here. So what I've done is I've actually just gone 10 pips below the low here, because if we were to come down to this level and violate here, the head and shoulders would be invalid. And so if the trade was then to turn around and go on and win or go up, it wouldn't be because of the head and shoulders. So my stop is in the most appropriate place. It does mean that I still have a very nice reward to risk, and I'm playing for a full extension here back up to that trend line, minus a few pips because there is a psychological number here, 6,900. This means that the risk on this trade then is 28, and we are looking at the reward being 106. Just take a look at this on the 240. The reason why I've got my target here is because we could see the market do this and hit here, or if the market went straight up, it could actually hit and go a little bit higher. We won't know for sure. It's the problem with trend lines, because they do move at an angle. Depending where price hits, we have to monitor it. But as it stands right now, 106 pips of potential reward. We're back for the update on this trade, and I've just been stopped out now for minus 28 pips here for this head and shoulders. What a real shame. A nice opportunity that was. Nothing much happened here. We did actually go and hit the 38.2 fib. We did spike up, but that happened in the night when I was fast asleep. Just go out to the 240 and you can see now we're actually pushing down past this level. So out of that for minus 28.